hotel, looking at this box. Dylan, you gotta watch out. You need to stay safe for the next 10 seconds. Getting this box may be the last thing you do for your team. He's gonna try and run away. Pistol skill, all the mobility use. Blink, down it goes, but the bite from hell. Immunity, now into the wall stun. Can Gallows will respawn in time? No, he cannot. Trigger gets eliminated.
They're waiting for it. They know what's going on here. Yamla gonna have to back up a little bit to not get tagged by anything, and looks like, yeah, this team is looking to possibly fight here. Nazimi maybe looking for a flank here soon as 9-Cash is already getting banged up quite a bit. Yamla trying to go around the backside. Here we go. Nazimi looking straight at Woke's gonna run him down with that amp turn here. Yamla getting low, gonna take it down by Nongja, but now it's gonna be a 2v2 it looks like here. And now it's gonna be a 1v2 Striker against the rest of Dino Dance here, trying to hit the plants, but unfortunately both these guys standing right on top. He can't click it. No, Striker, it looks like he is gonna go down. Dino Dance taking down the Molldivers.
Even Yamla's corpse was on top of it. There was no way he was going to be able to click that White Lily with how everything was going on. Nongja
Out it out here, run it up versus No Flame here in just a second. We'll see if they want to push this at all. Poltu kind of looking for something here. Gonna aggro the board. Already see the Nimrod's Gate going down from Kiraz. Kind of hovering it, seeing if he wants to go in, but not quite gonna take it yet. Hercules gonna tag them up a little bit here. Poltu not actually gonna use the catwalk to taunt anyone yet. Just kind of poking them a little bit here, seeing what he can get away with. But the Nimrod's Gate is going to be taken here by both the melees here. Odyssey going to be tagged on Frankie, so the bookmark is activated, but not able to really get on and playing relatively safe as Poltu is able to get onto the backline. The wind flow is going to go out, but a double blink going to come out to be able to avoid that here. Hercules now on the backline. Does he have enough healing to really survive this here as the ulti coming off from S7ㅅGrand Wu does provide enough to take down Jast, and now the rest of No Flame actually gets interrupted here. The White Lily not going to take them over. Poltu on the run. Kiraz, can you get the kill? If he can, that's No Flame out in game 1, and there we go. No Flame does fall to run it up.
Yes, so that is Magnus Opus actually eliminated. Now Dino Dance is going to catch whiff of what's going on here. They know a fight just happened. They smell blood in the water. Nimrod's Gate, reversal, rewind. And anyways, they're not going to be able to get out of here. They did not have that prepped at all. My goodness, Kiraz gets eliminated immediately. S7ㅅGrand Wu follows suit. The city is on Reset City right now. What just happened? Why did the game...
Kind of hovering over near school, it looks like here. Quick team. He's going to start pushing forward here. Dylan's going to look for something. And yeah, it looks like the taunt is going to go through, but the Unstoppable is not going to allow that to happen here as Deus gets exploded, and now they're stuck inside of the game world here. Exus trying to take down Jignut here, and Gals are barely staying alive thanks to the 1-up, but now it's them against Savanya. They got to be careful. It spaces pretty well. Exus is going to be the tool to be able to make sure that he does go down here, but he does get tagged here by the E. Ren actually able to turn that around.
Double G's dropped, squirrel traps dropped, you know, the zone control power, especially when you have Nadine, she starts setting up these squirrel traps, becomes very difficult to make an approach happen, especially in a zone like school where there's all these choke points. But Nimrod's Gate is the ultimate tool for bypassing all of this. They just need to play around these double guillotines. Fight breaking out already. Hercules taking a whole heap load of damage. Kiraz in a lot of damage, and now S7ㅅGrand Wu split off from it all, ends up being the first to go down, and it's just a clean pick-off from the Molldivers. They get a member low, force them on the back foot, and S7ㅅGrand Wu ends up being the one going down.
Yeah, very well played by the side on Molldivers here. You know, they knew that the Nimrod's Gate was down, and you saw Nongja get instantly aggressive onto Kiraz, and everything just falls apart from there. Striker creating so much room for his team here. As they just get to chill here as Striker's going to move forward. Hercules, though, going to see if he can make a miracle play here. He's going to get on top of Wokes here, who's going to have to use that movement speed to get on out of there. Ghostlight procced, and
relatively tame for the time being. A little bit of tension in Chapel between Locked In and Magnus Opus. Magnus Opus perhaps looking for an angle. You can see Nessie is triangulating, looking for a flank angle perhaps, while the rest of them posture. Now, Nessie is finding the angle. Back to Smithereens, 3-man connects. And they're just trying to push forward and do what they can. The Surf's Up is a 3-man connection as well, so the kiting back power of Locked In has managed to pan out. We've seen it again in the RCC and just how successful it can be. Meanwhile, over in Alley, Wild Tempest. Oh my goodness, Bowser is getting brought low, so is Galazor. Trigger still trying to push forward and find the kill on of Bowser. Galazor coming back in the fight, is going to manage to find it. Noelle falling on the backside as well. White Lily, is that going to be enough for Asterio to get out? No, I don't think it will be, as the Nimrod's Gate comes down. J-Tang and Gala are on Asterio. They're not going to let this go, and that will be Wild Temp. The Rockets are on cooldown, and they can push forward, and they're going to make the most of it. as you can see them pushing forward as hard as they can to take control over the zone from No Flame, trying to take down Poltu, but not quite able to take him down. Nanja just 100 damage off, so No Flame is going to be able to regroup here, but it's going to be a big timer sink from them as they all heal up back to full and try to work their way. Now it's their turn to try and deal with the funnel and get through and dealing with Wokes behind a gate.
Yeah, this is going to be very difficult indeed. They're going to see them moving in on the southern side here. Striker going to just try to hold front. Wokes playing very well outside of the vision of them. Walking off is going to start being used on Wokes, but look at that damage onto Poltu. Great taunt by Striker to really finish it off there. And now they just got to play this slow, you know, get the body, get the healing, let Striker heal up. You know, they have a lot of time to, you know, play this out. Wokes is able to get a lot of poke damage and healing, and there we go. Nangja able to finish up the job there and go forward here. And now with the Peacemaker for a little bit of fun to make sure no one maybe gets eliminated. Oh, Wokes, it's a...
The wet noodle fight of the century, but managing to dash out. Bowser staying alive. Striker pushing forward. Finds the Fury uppercut onto Sang Sang Wu. Sang Sang Wu dashing back there. Windflow coming down, but Neospit are not able to hold down the front lines anymore as Nangja and Wokes' damage piles up onto him. Wokes pushing forward, looking for more. The shielding is not going to keep him alive for any longer, so now Nangja is going to have to force to retreat here. Striker resting up. Actually, Nangja finding a huge two-man duck dive. My goodness, that angle. How does he find them time and time again? It becomes very difficult, but looks like Galazor is going to go down. J-Tang getting brought low. Girl in the bubble comes down, manages to blink out. Dylan
Oh my.
going ballistic. Did not land. So, Trigger coming out on top. Gala doing a good job in that fight as well. Even when it came down to one to just... Oh, bye, Lumi. Yes, yes.
It's a fight for Lumi!
Oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. And, yeah, the stun coming down. Poltu now going... Okay, this is goofy. I'm reviving. No, I'm reviving. But now Poltu... I don't think either of them are allowed. Yeah, Lumi gets timed out, so now it's just a one-on-one between... I can't even keep a straight face looking at this, but what I can keep a straight face for is Dino Dance coming in now. Whoa! Okay,
There's no shot.
This is getting goofy, guys. Nine Catch pushing forward, and Poltu with the lack of mobility is going to be the one that ends up eating the aggro from Dino Dance here and going down, despite the bizarre adventure.
Oh no, Nessius, I don't think he makes it out.
Yeah, no, not enough time. So
on the chase on Nazimi, Yamla is going to come into the fray here, see if he can salvage this. And we have the Helitack stack coming out now. And with the knockup coming through, are they able to pick up this kill? Nice CC immunity coming out for Ren, who's actually just going to turn this right around, try to see if he can get another one. But Nine not going to fall a second time as it looks like Jignut is now in the fray here. Going to use that Purage Uppercut. Nice Peacemaker to nullify that. Now, Nine is able to get the return kill. The knockup lands into the checkmate here. Lockney now stuck into the middle of Nazimi and Yamla here. Queen is going to be active in just a moment. A nice bat skill to get Yamla off. And it looks like the Queen does hit, but it will not be enough as we are just... How many dead bodies are in this gym, guys? We are going to keep fighting this out as Ren gets another kill of their own. Nazimi not going to give up as they respawn once again. And yep, this is just going to be an infinite loop until one team decides that is more than enough. I think I see, like, but we have Woke somewhere on a different side of the map, probably farming it up here as Nazimi trying to get tagged up by Rin here, is now in the fray here. Maelstrom active. We already have the Peacemaker coming down from Nine Cash. Is it going to be enough, though? The knockup right there as it ends. Gonna take him down here. Double knockup, though, coming out from Yamla. Is maybe able to clean this up. A lot of damage coming through here. Is he able to take down Rin? Dodges out on the Queen. Just one more auto yap will do the trick. Lockney still completely healthy. She could look for this here. The quick res coming out from Nazimi. You're actually not going to go through quite yet. Yamla going to try to keep Lockney away. The Queen is going to land. Checkmate coming through, but the Helitack stat is actually keeping Nazimi safe here. And with the stun coming through, looks like Lockney should fall in just a second. And we are not about to have a repeat of this, guys. As Jignut is not in the fray. Is he able to pick up the kill? Purage Uppercut coming online with the Amp Drone for that enhanced damage, but he's not actually going to take him out as Yamla gets a kill. Twins Rush connects onto Rin. And now he is able to pick up the kill. Locked in, wiped it. Spend 200 credits.
Well, look at this. They're hyper looking great into Magnus Opus, sitting in the bush, and they're going to find Nanja. Take him down immediately. Whoa, stunned into the wall. He's going to go down as well. And now Striker on the run. Good pickup by Magnus Opus. GBR finding the slow, but Striker's catwalk's up in just 1 second. Has one camera left, so drops it down. Away he goes, but GBR not giving up this chase, but I think it's going to come to an end here with this White Lily.
Yeah, White Lily and Chibi Arc looking still, but Striker doesn't really have much timer. It looks like he's gonna have to pivot right back into Alley, which is looking a little bit scary here. I wonder if they're aware of it, as Nessius is trying to come up here as well. Striker is just gonna have to run through. I'm not sure if that recon barely tagged him here. Nessius, barely hitting the wall there. Now Striker is gonna be spotted. Not taking the White Lily is a little bit dangerous because now they have that available. And you can see now Resfelg is trying to move along in here. He knows that Striker is by himself, and this is the checkpoint team. Poor Striker is just being triangulated on every angle. Can he get out of this? Trying to catwalk once again. The slow does land, but now Chibiark in the area. Bulldivers try to leave the area. Yumla gonna get tagged up a little bit by Run It Up here. A lot of Priya shielding coming through. That is massive, and I don't think Yumla has attack visor. He might. But this shielding is gonna be so hard for them to cut through here. And yeah, look at that poke damage coming out from Kirez as well. You know, Nazimi only having one gold item here too means he's not gonna be as tanky as like people are used to seeing, especially this late in the game. Looking at Run It Up, they have all their items available. Sang Wu taking a lot of damage with the healing wind to heal him back up here with that defense as well. Nina Cash kind of in an awkward spot here, needing Nazimi and Yamla to kind of walk up to give him some space. Nazimi turning his sights onto Sang Wu, trying to dash from instantly. Yamla trying to fight the 2v2 Nina Cash. Are they able to get the kill onto Neo Spitter? It looks like he's barely staying alive. Hell attack stack coming down, able to secure that kill. Nina Cash using the Peacemaker to keep himself.
Looks like Wild Tempest managed to find disengagement here. Noelle dangerously low. They're not going to try and take a fight with their Alex so low and EMP Barrage being on cooldown. Ooh, Bullseye connecting on Noelle, but, well, managing to stay alive. And look at this. This is... Aren't Tempstones spawning in a couple seconds? These teams are going to get locked out.
Yes.
If they don't walk back. Yes, and Frankie Dude will recognize the situation. Pull2 is going to get locked out. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, my God. Pull2 barely managing to make it back. And now... Oh, Wild Tempest is locked out of this. Opus are the final teams here. Where is Chibiark going? He's in Research Center.
Yup. He did this last time too, remember? When he hyperlooped into Forest to try to get some crazy angle. But oh my God.
Trying to pick on the Racebug, the flank. Maybe a little bit too deep from Chibiark. The Peacemaker coming out. Everybody getting bounced around. I don't really know what's going on, but it looks like Magnus Opus have managed to find an angle to take down both Dynacash and Yamla within the Peacemaker. That's going to be a clean win out for Magnus Opus. Highly contested temple, as they're going to get bear respawns and an alpha up there.
Nazimi pushing forward on to Run It Up here. Yumla was able to push, I believe, Neo Spitter out of the zone, but Echoes of the Earth is going to come down, making everybody dance. Nazimi taking a lot of damage. The Surf Stuff isn't quite going to land, but Sang Wu able to get a return kill. Nana able to pick up a kill of his own thanks to Freedom. And now Yumla on the chase. As Nana able to barely get Neo Spitter, and now Run It Up only having one member, and Yumla is definitely not going to give up this chase. He's going to take a lot of damage, but he knows that Nana is in the area to be able to back him up soon. Kira's trying to stay alive here, but unfortunately Nana Cash now
down to 1 HP with did it connect? It did. Locky stays still a little bit. Healing is going to be enough to buy Locky space needed, so she will be fine for the time being. Meanwhile, Nanja being found on a return kill from Renandeo. Striker a little bit abandoned here. Gonna try and take the jump pad. Is gonna manage to take it, but is gonna have Digna following with. Whoa, trying to back it up, but Curate uppercut here. Timer running low. Mobile VLS activated. You're not going to be able to wait for Striker. As down on the ground he goes. Wokes taking to the skies. Moldivers in a whole heap of danger. They have credits, but they wanted to use these for bloods to have itemizations by Dino Dance in the area. They're going to see something's happening. And with the blast wave down, oh no, Wokes run. White Lily used, Nanja jumps over the wall. They're managing to stay alive, but now with Dino Dance chasing them down, ready to take some blood, Nanja's pretty much impossible.
you're about to see the crazy Echoes of the Earth extravaganza. Jignut trapped outside the zone. Was he trying to find a root kit, you think? And then he realized like he didn't have enough?
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it was too. And now we're trapped outside here. J-Tang just trying to wait it out. Who had more timer? Oh, I think J-Tang did.
Yeah. But
yeah, so he just
might go into the zone to not -1. So we'll see.
Yeah. Very unfortunate indeed. Probably gonna go in at the last second if he can here. Jignut just, he's making his rounds, seeing if there's anyone here. Oh, they're just saying hi. Little do they know, they just helped J-Tang get a better placement point.
Wait, they minus.
A couple of teams are in the area. I think Yumla has been found out by No Flame, but they aren't gonna chase it out. Yumla able to escape for now.
It doesn't matter how strong you get. third party. It's all over, but now the Moldiver's pushing forward onto Frankie Doodle. Oh, just barely goes down to the last auto attack from Nongja, who's now
It's early to make sure you can keep pushing your tempo. That's what you're going to want to do here, as we might have a run back. Dylan, be careful. This is so scary. Okay, the bush check coming through, but not well enough as J-Tank instantly goes down here. Wind flow going to be used. Dylan trying his best to kite it out here. Galazor trying his...
But the revive was seen on the map. Frankie Doodle privy to this. Striker's looking for a taunt onto him, but Polter's going to find it first. Catwalk. Now Wokes and Nongja on the backside, still in check, front to back. Striker does look to be falling down first. Nongja aggressing on the Frankie Doodle.
My.
Taking him down. Poltu actually going to be the first to fall as he was forced to try and help Frankie with Nongja. And now Moldivers versus Run It Up with zone control. This is a great zone to have control of. We've talked about how disgusting this chapel zone is to have control over, and when you have a Priya as well who can start setting up plants and a choke point, make things difficult, things can become rather difficult. You know, you've got Isol as well dropping mock mines as well, so it's a lot to try and push through if you're Striker if you're looking for a taunt. And you have to be careful, because if Neospitter finds a big duck dive, he can end the fight all on his own if you miss position 1.
Yeah, looks like we have made our way into the zone here. EMPs are going to start dropping here. Woke's getting a good amount of damage onto Kira, as he's got to be a little bit careful here as the healing wind has already been used. Striker trying to look for a moment to make sure he can taunt these guys up to make sure they don't aggress onto Wokes here. He's going to have to keep playing it safe. A lot of scroll traps on top of Wokes here, but it looks like Striker is going to push a huge taunt here. Duck Dive going to have to be used defensively. And now, are they going to chase this that much further? It looks like they've done this before. Earlier in the series, they know they could push them out. And now they could play the zone once again. This is such a good spot for Wokes to play in. I mean, so hard to avoid any damage coming through. It's going to be up to Neo to really find a Duck Dive to really push through here, but it's going to prove quite difficult. Wokes should still have Blink available. Look at that damage onto Neospitter. He's already about half HP. The shields are going to start coming through, but maybe a little bit too late. Taunt coming through. Duck Dive into the Surf's up. Wokes is stuck in the middle. He's going to start dancing. It is going to be up to Nongja. Is he able to get a kill? 1 down, 2 down, and this might be a Moldivers win once again. Duck Dive does land, but a great exclusive to keep Nongja safe, and it looks like it will be a Moldivers victory for ERCC.